So it is just gone 7 a.m. and we're about to head out and do a walk through the countryside. I actually shared a little bit on this walk a couple of weeks ago in one of my vlogs, but because we had our friend's dog with us, we couldn't actually do the walk. So we're heading back there now because it just looks so beautiful. And it was actually meant to rain all weekend, so I'm very grateful that I've woken up and it is perfectly clear skies. Then we are heading to the farmers markets to pick up some fresh produce to make some savoury muffins later this afternoon. I actually cannot wait to share this recipe with you guys. It is such a beautiful, easy, nourishing, high protein recipe, and these muffins are just so good to have on hand if you're looking for a quick grab and go high protein snack. So we're going to do that, and then other than that, it's just going to be a very easy, relaxing afternoon. I'm teaching myself how to paint, so I might share a little bit on that as well. And there are quite a few new faces around here, so I'm going to do a little get to know me. So let's get on our way. Was absolutely beautiful. We only went halfway because the whole thing goes for about 3 hours and it's starting to get really hot, so we decided just to go halfway and turn around and come back. Went to the farmer's shop near our house and the little pantry to pick up some things, and I just wanted to show you what I got because they had some of the most gorgeous items. I picked up this maple matcha powder. So it's a matcha tea, but it has a little bit of like maple sugar and vanilla bean powder in it as well. And it's all organic, and I thought I add maple syrup to my matcha anyway for a little bit of sweetness. I thought I'll give this one a go. I also picked up this pumpkin and lentil soup mix because I thought I've got some pumpkin in the fridge that needs using up, and what a beautiful way to quickly throw together a nice soup because it's got all of the different lentils and legumes, and then we've got the seasonings at the bottom as well. And it's quite simple. I think all you need to do is just add the pumpkin and some water and put it all together. So I'm going to give that a go during the week. I also picked up some fresh eggs because we're about to make our savoury muffins for lunch. And then I also decided to pick up some of these fresh flowers. I think these are called Lysanthus, and they're my absolute favourite. So I thought I definitely cannot say no to these. Just got the muffins in the oven, and I thought now is a great opportunity to do a little get to know me. I only started this account 2 weeks ago, and since then I do have a little bit of a following, and by no means is it like a massive following, but I'm grateful for every single one of you. And I thought that I haven't actually shared anything about myself. When I looked into starting this account or just content creation in general, I read so many sources that were saying just to pick one niche, just post about that one niche. And I didn't really like that advice. I can understand why people do say that, but for me, I just didn't like that advice. I didn't want to go down that route because I have so many interests and so many passions that I don't want to narrow myself to one thing. That's exactly what you'll find from this YouTube channel, is lots of different things. So on this YouTube channel, you will find my massive love for travel, which is probably the biggest feature of what this YouTube channel will be about. But you'll also see my love for food and cooking and creative arts and nature and simple moments in reading as well. So I'm currently living in Noosa, which is a small coastal town about 1.5 hours north of Brisbane. It's absolutely beautiful. I've had the privilege to call this a home for about 2 years now. It's where my fiance is from. But in a couple of months, my fiance and I are actually heading overseas on a one-way ticket back to Europe and the UK, which I'm so excited about. I'm very lucky that I get to work completely remote. So I have the privilege of working anywhere in the world at any time, which is such a luxury and one that I definitely do not take for granted because I love to travel. It's my biggest passion. So I expect a lot more travel vlogs in the future. Other than that, I also have a massive love for cooking and healthy foods, which I also share. I try to share at least one recipe with you each week. Most of them are plant-based. So even if you are plant-based or if you're not and you're just looking for a way to incorporate some extra veggies, then these recipes are just very easy, very nutritious, and just so simple and healthy. I also love anything to do with creative arts. I went through a period last year where I was heavily into pottery and I want to get back into it, but with us traveling so much at the moment, it hasn't really been possible. So I decided to teach myself how to water paint. And I'm actually going to show a little bit of that later on in this vlog as well, because I am loving it. I really wanted to do some classes, but I haven't really been able to find any near where I live. But I did find a course in England and we're going to be there towards the end of the year. So that actually lines up really well, and that gives me a little bit of time in the meantime to teach myself, I suppose, the foundations. And that's about all from me for now. But if you do have any questions, anything at all, I'm always happy to share. So pop them in the comments below. And I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for the few people that have started following me. I really appreciate it. And I heard this quote that if you share what you love, then those who love the same will find you. And I just think that that is so true. And I cannot wait to continue sharing what I love to hopefully meet others and inspire some people along the way as well. I've picked up a postcard from somewhere that I've traveled to, and when I was in France last year, I really couldn't find any postcards that I liked. I always try to find a little, either a painting or an actual postcard, preferably from like a local artist, but when I couldn't find any that I liked, my fiance came up with the idea. He's like, why don't you just paint your own? And I was like, well, I've never painted before, so I thought I'll give it a go, with the idea of painting my own postcards from my travels. So I hopped onto YouTube and I learnt a little bit from YouTube, and then I also picked up this little book just from Amazon, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is by Dana Fox, and there's her and another lady who just do these sort of step-by-step how to paint. They tell you what colors you need, and they have all of the different instructions as well. And there's like different sort of themed books that you can get, but I picked this one up because I just love the countryside and the forest and stuff, so I thought this would be really beautiful to give this a go. And so that's what I've been working on. Yesterday I started painting the cabin one, which is this one. I started painting this yesterday and it was just so much fun. I just love anything creative. I just find it so meditative. You just get kind of lost in the activity. I just put on some music and I just paint, or I'll draw or do pottery or something like that, whatever creative hobby I'm up to at the time. And I've slowly been teaching myself how to paint. It's a fantastic way to get into trying a new hobby, whether it is watercoloring or another type of creative arts, anything in general. Like, I think especially with painting, you can get quite cheap like supplies. You don't have to get the professional level stuff, and you just need a few different materials to get started, and hop onto YouTube, which is completely free. That way you can see if you like it rather than straight away investing in a course. Obviously doing a course and learning from someone, you'll get like feedback on your different techniques and things like that. So there's more room for growth. But I think just to begin with, just to try out a new hobby or something like that, and you don't want to spend a fortune, this is a fantastic way to do that. I'm going to spend a couple of hours, this is my little cabin so far, and so I'm going to spend a couple of just sort of adding on some finishing touches that I didn't get to do yesterday. And that's how I'm going to spend the afternoon. I think that's how I'm going to spend the afternoon. Hopefully maybe get out for a little walk, because it's just such a beautiful day. Otherwise it's just been such a nice, slow Sunday.